There's a mountain standing in your way, and it's not the job you didn't get. It's not the relationship that failed. It's not even the trauma you've survived. The mountain is you. That's the central message in Brianna Wiest's powerful audiobook, The Mountain is You, and it's a message that cuts straight through the noise of modern self-help. This is not your typical, just be positive kind of audiobook. It's deep, reflective, unapologetically honest. And if you're willing to confront your own patterns, your pain, your fears, this book will change the way you see yourself. Brianna Wiest's writing is poetic but piercing. It's gentle, but it hits hard. And in the audiobook version, the narration is calm, soothing, and full of presence. Exactly the tone you need when you're unpacking the hardest truth of all, that we often get in our own way. The core concept of The Mountain is You is this: self-sabotage is not a flaw, it's a coping mechanism. Let that sink in. When you procrastinate, when you avoid love, when you sabotage success, it's not because you're broken. It's because some part of you is trying to protect itself from pain, from disappointment, from fear of the unknown. Wiest doesn't shame you for your patterns. She helps you understand them. And once you understand them, you can outgrow them. The book is divided into themes: understanding self-sabotage, reprogramming your mind, healing emotional wounds, trusting your inner guidance, and stepping into your higher self. It's part mindset, part spiritual reflection, and part emotional detox. One of the most powerful chapters explores the idea that people don't fear change, they fear loss. Loss of identity, of relationships, of comfort. And that's why we resist becoming who we know we're meant to be. Wiest reminds us, you don't need to feel ready to start. You need to start to feel ready. The audiobook flows like a journey inward. It encourages you to sit with discomfort, to look at the patterns that keep you small, to ask why you're still repeating a cycle that no longer serves you. But instead of sounding preachy or clinical, Wiest writes like a wise friend, someone who's been through it, someone who's done the work, and who's not afraid to tell you that your fear is valid, but it's not the truth. The narration is soft and steady, which gives the listener space to breathe, reflect, and even pause when something hits close to home. You'll want to replay certain parts, not because you missed anything, but because the truth is layered. A line might land one way the first time, and completely differently the next. For example, she says, "You are not meant to remain a version of yourself that you've outgrown." That line alone could be the whole book. But she builds on it. She gives you tools to let go, to reframe your past, to rewrite your inner dialogue, and to finally realize the fear of becoming your best self is often the last thing holding you back. The brilliance of this audiobook isn't in offering hacks or step-by-step systems. It's in helping you develop the self-awareness to see your mountain clearly. And once you see it, you can climb it or become it. The mountain isn't something outside of you. It's the fear of being vulnerable, the fear of failing again, the fear of being truly seen. And Wiest gently guides you through that fear, without forcing a breakthrough, but allowing it to unfold naturally. There's also an emphasis on timing, on the idea that your life doesn't need to happen according to anyone else's calendar, that your healing, your growth, your awakening, it all happens on your own timeline, and that's okay. She touches on the inner child, emotional intelligence, the role of chaos in transformation, and how to tune into intuition rather than survival instincts. The language is rich, the ideas profound, but always digestible. Now let's talk about the listening experience. The audiobook runs around 5.5 hours, making it perfect for a weekend walk, a quiet evening, or even as part of your morning routine. It doesn't feel like a lecture. It feels like therapy, like spiritual self-reflection through words. The pacing is slow, intentional, and calm. And that matters, because this book isn't something you rush. It's something you absorb. So, who is this audiobook for? If you're feeling stuck in a loop, If you're frustrated with yourself for knowing better but not doing better, if you feel like you keep sabotaging good things, pushing people away, or playing small, this book is for you. If you've done the surface-level self-help and want something deeper, this is it. If you're ready to stop fighting yourself and start understanding yourself, this is your moment. And who might this book not be for? If you want quick fixes, productivity hacks, or a linear step-by-step blueprint, this may not hit the mark. This book isn't about speed, it's about depth, and it's for those ready to go inward, not just move forward. Here's what I personally took from it: the realization that my fear of success was just as strong as my fear of failure. That I wasn't lazy, I was scared. That my comfort zone wasn't safe, it was suffocating. And that climbing the mountain meant no longer blaming the world, my past, or my circumstances. It meant owning my healing, owning my power, and learning to trust the version of me that I've been avoiding. So here's my final verdict. The Mountain Is You is not loud, it's not flashy. It doesn't try to impress you, it invites you to pause, to reflect, to feel, to grow. It's poetic and practical, deep and digestible, empowering, but also incredibly gentle. I give it 5 stars, because while most books will tell you to push harder, do more, think bigger, this one says something far more powerful. Look within, heal what hurts, and become the person you were always meant to be. So if you're ready to stop being your own mountain, press play on The Mountain Is You and start becoming it.